Hello aspirants, I welcome you all on the YouTube channel of ANALYST IAS. So today we have our last bridge series of history. After this we will start off other subject, and today we will be discussing questions which came in year 2022. So let's start. Question 1. According to Kautilya's Arthashastra, which of the following are correct? A person could be a slave as a result of judicial punishment. If a female slave bore her master's a son, she was legally free. If a son born to female slave was fathered by her master and the son was entitled to the legal status of master's son, which of the statements given above are correct? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's discuss the answer. So the Arthashastra states that a man could be a slave by birth, by voluntarily selling himself, or by captured in the war, or as a result of the judicial punishment. Statement first is correct. If a slave woman gave birth to master's child, she was entitled to freedom from the bondage. At the same time, such a pregnant slave could not be sold or mortgaged without making proper arrangements for her welfare during the period of pregnancy. Therefore, statement first and second are correct. And when a slave gave birth to her master, both she and her child were no longer considered to be slaves, and the son was also entitled to the legal status of the master's son. Therefore, your correct answer is D. 1, 2, 3, all are correct. Question 2. With reference to the Indian history, consider the following pairs: historical person and known as Aryadeva, Jain scholar; Dignaga, Buddhist scholar; Natha Muni, Vaishnava scholar. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? Pause the video, try to think about this. Now let's see the answer. Aryadeva was a Mahayana Buddhist monk, a disciple of Nagarjuna and Madhyamaka philosopher. Digananda was an Indian Buddhist scholar and one of the Buddhist founders of Indian logic. Sri Ranganatha Muni, popularly known as Sriman Natha Muni, was a Vaishnava theologian who collected and complied the Nalayar Daiva Prabandham. Therefore, only two pairs, which are second and third, these are correctly matched. First is not correctly matched. Your answer is only two pairs, second and third. In the Government of India Act 1990, the functions of the provincial government were divided into reserved and transfer subjects. Which of the following were treated as the reserved subjects? Administration of justice, local self-government, land revenue, police. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Pause the video, try to think about this. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer is C, which is 1, 3 and 4, which are administration of justice, land revenue and police. Basically, reserved subjects were just reserved for the governor, and it was the sole decision of the governor to take action on these. As per the Governance of India Act 1990, the subjects were divided into two lists: reserves, which included subjects like law and order, finance, land revenue, irrigation, etc. They were basically ruled by the governor. Transfer subjects such as education, health, local government, industry, agriculture, etc. These were maintained by the elected legislators. Hence, option C is correct. Consider the following freedom fighters: Bindra Kumar Ghosh, Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee, Ras Behari Bose. Who of the above were or was actively associated with the Ghadar party? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So Bindra Kumar Ghosh was a founding member of the Jugantar, a Bengali revolutionary movement. He is not associated with the Ghadar party. You can eliminate the first. Jogendra Chandra became a member of the Anushilan Samiti. He was one of the founder members of the Hindustan Republic Association in 1924. He was not associated with the Ghadar party either. Ras Behari Bose was an Indian revolutionary leader against the British Raj. He was one of the key organizers of the Ghadar mutiny. Therefore, option is D, just Ras Behari Bose. With reference to the proposals of the CRIP missions, consider the following statements. The Constituent Assembly would have members nominated by the provincial assemblies as well as the princely states. Any province which is not prepared to accept the new constitution would have the right to sign a separate agreement with the British regarding its future status. Which of the statements given above is correct? Pause the video, try to answer. Now, let's see the answer. As per the Cripps mission, a Constituent Assembly would be formed to frame a new constitution for the country. This assembly would have members elected by provisional assemblies, not nominated by the princes. Therefore, statement first is incorrect. Statement second is correct because the mission proposed that any province unwilling to join their net dominion could form a separate union and have a separate constitution of their own. Your answer is B only. With reference to the Indian history, consider the following statements. The Dutch established their factories, warehouses on the east coast of the lands granted to them by Gajapati rulers. Alfonso de Albuquerque captured Goa from Bijapur Sultanate. The English East India Company established a factory at Madras on the plot of land leased from a representative of the Vijayanagar Empire. Which of the statements given above are correct? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So, in Orissa, the Ganga dynasty was succeeded by another glorious dynasty known as the Suryavasmi Gajapatis. The last ruler, Khakaruwa Deva, was killed by Govinda Vidyara in 1541, who founded the Bhoi dynasty. Therefore, statement first is incorrect. Alfonso de Albuquerque had 23 warships and 1,000 soldiers. In January 1510, he attacked Goa. At the time, the power of the Goa was in the hands of the ruler of Bijapur, who was busy in suppressing the rebellion in his own state. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Alfonso de Albuquerque, he captured Goa from the Bijapur Sultanate. Therefore, statement second is correct. In 1611 AD, the British established their factory in the South India in Machilipattanam, but soon the main center of the activity shifted to the Madras. Francis Day leased Madras in 1639 from Chandragiri, the representative of Vijayanagar Empire. He built a fortified koti which was named as the Fort St. George. Therefore, statement third is correct. Your answer is B. 2 and 3 both are correct. Consider the following pairs. Nannuka Chandela, Jayashakti Paramara, Nagavatta II Gurjar Pratiharas, Bhoj Rashtrakutas. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. The Chandela or the Chandel was an Indian Rajput clan of central India. They were popularly termed as Chandelas or Jeja Kabukti dynasty in the Indian history. As per the legends contained in the Mahoba Khanda, Chandela family was descended from the union of Moon and Himawati. As per 1954 CE Khajuraho inscriptions, first king of the Chandela dynasty was Nannuka, was a descendant of the sage Chandratraya, who was the son of the famous Vedic sage Atri Rishi. Therefore, statement first is correctly matched. Only one. Nanuka was Chandela dynasty. Here are other informations about them. Statement third about Jaya Shakti. So, this is the chronology. Jaya Shakti belonged to the Chandela dynasty and not Paramara dynasty. Therefore, statement second is correct. He was incorrect. He was not from Paramara. He was from Chandela. About Nagavatta II, let's see. Gujar Pratihara dynasty. Either of the two dynasties of the medieval Hindu India, the line of Harishchandra ruled in Mandor, Marwar during the 6th to 9th century CE, generally with feudatory status. The line of Nagavatta ruled first at Ujjain and later at Kannauj during the 8th to 11th centuries. Other Gurjar lines existed, but they did not take the surname Pratiharas. In the compiled and badly documented wars of the early 9th century involved Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas and Palas. The tripartite struggle, the Nagavatta II played an important role. Nagavatta II became the most powerful ruler in the North India, established his new capital at Kannauj. Nagavatta II was succeeded by his son Ram Bhadra in about 833. Therefore, pair third is also correctly matched. Mir Bhoj belonged to the Paramara dynasty. Therefore, statement 4 is incorrect. From here, first and 3 are correct. Therefore, only 2 pairs are correct. Now let's see the last question of today's session. With reference to the Indian history, consider the following statements. The first Mongol invasion of India happened during the reign of Jalaluddin Khilji. During the reign of Alauddin Khilji, one Mongol assault marched up to Delhi and beside the city. Muhammad bin Tughlaq temporarily lost portions of the northwest of his kingdom to the Mongola. Which of the statements given above is correct? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. Between 1240 to 66, the Mongols for the first time embarked upon the policy of the annexation of India, and the golden phase of the mutual non-aggression pact with Delhi ended. In 1241, the Mongols under Ter Bahadur invaded Lahore and completely destroyed the city. Therefore, statement first is incorrect. In 1299, Mongols invaded India, headed by the Otlok Khan or Otlok Khwaja, the son of the Mongol ruler Daba Khan. This was an attempt by the Mongols to ravage Delhi for the first time. Hearing of their approach, Alauddin quickly gathered an army and took a position outside the city. The Mongols entrenched themselves at Killi, 6 miles north of Delhi. Therefore, statement second is also correct. It's correct. First is incorrect. The last significant Mongol invasion was under the leadership of the Tarmasrin during the reign of the Sultan Muhammad Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq marched against the Tamerlanian and pushed him back across the Indus, and Indus which remained the frontier with the Mongols. Therefore, statement 3 is incorrect. You got only one statement, which is B. This was all about today's video and session, and this was the last video from the History Bridge series. Now we'll discuss from tomorrow Polity Bridge series. So stay tuned with Analyst IAS for your better preparation.